Grown Black folks, grown conversation. What to do when men in your community are going on the internet and telling you to quote them and putting it up live with their name, their social media handle, and their face, justifying men killing you because they felt disrespected. What to do? What to do? You notice the graphic, still very black and green, but we've changed the topic just a little bit. And I'm gonna have this graphic in my back pocket for when I need it. I'm going to keep this short because I want you to remember what I'm about to say. I'm going to be repetitive because I want it to get into your brain, ladies. In a community in which the men support the right of men to kill people who will not show them sufficient respect is a community which has been overrun by Satanism. Let me say it again, because the whole point for Satan was that he wanted to be what his idea of God was, and he wanted to wipe out those who will not give him that worship. And that argument's been going on for a long time. If you read scripture, Satan is going to make several final efforts to destroy all the people who will not account him as God. So when you hear men justifying other men who are taking life they did not create out of here for some perceived disrespect, and the men of the community support that, you are dealing with functional Satanists. Let me say this one more time. If you are dealing with a man who supports the right of other men to kill women who are not worshipful enough, that is a functional Satanist. But here's the difference between this, my swirlers and divestors understand that this is not something that's unique to our community. We learned it from a group of people that had it set up so that our ancestors couldn't look them in the eye, because no man can look on the face of God and live. So the culture that a lot of you think you're going to find refuge in is eaten up with this as well. So here's what you're going to need to do. The difference is that, unfortunately, one group of these men is functional Satanists with nothing to lose. The incel community, generally speaking, keeps to itself. And all the men that in the back room talked about Black people and people of African descent in general, and people who are not Anglo-Saxon white males, like they are chattel to be destroyed. Generally now they understand that if you come out too loud and proud with that in the world, you do have something to lose. When people come out proudly talking about, you can quote me and I'm gonna put my name, my social media handles, and my face on this foolishness that I'm saying, this is the behavior of a functional Satanist who has nothing in the world to lose, such that he sees the danger to himself and what he's doing. It's a little bit easier to vet people like that. So here's what you do. This is vetting number 3, but here's what I want you to do. Since people are going to be loud and proud about it, you ought not to deal with a man that doesn't at least make it hard for you to find out that he's a functional Satanist, because Satan was a murderer from the beginning. I want you to look through people's social media before you even think about going anywhere in public with a man. Look through his social media and find out who he listens to. Does he listen to Satan's preachers? And this is not a reference to his color. Those of you who swirl and divest, you better find out who these people are in the communities you think you want to marry into. Because here's the thing, particularly about a white man. His attitude is going to be you owe him worship even more because he rescued you. And when he flips on you, if he does, he has everything back to Europe backing him up. So this is not just about the Black men who have come out in the last several weeks supporting murderers in the community who kill women. This is about you knowing that it is necessary for you to do this. And why? You see it. You don't give time and attention to people that pay attention to Satanist preachers. I would list their names for the Black community, but I don't want that energy over here. You know who they are. If you don't know, there are content creators who build their channel on this. I keep a calmer, more reasonable space over here for us to discuss things. But you know who they are. Whatever community you're going into, you better find out who those people are. I can tell you some names to look for. They don't always call themselves Manosphere, although sometimes they do. You can look for Sigma males, There are a bunch of things you can look for. What's the term? Well, there's a couple of them you can look for. Just get up on it. And if you see that your man has some social media connections with that, don't follow that. Don't follow that man. Let that go. You see it. All right. Thank you for listening. Have a good and safe day now. Don't forget to vet as much as you can.